I would like to introduce you to my teachers. They are my high school teachers. They taught us in our school, SUN High School, which is in Malleshwaram. He is SSR, or fondly called as SSR. His actual name is S. Srinathan sir. VRR or Vinodabai ma'am. So she used to teach us civics and social studies. Part of civics is part of social studies. So she teaches mathematics and physics. So this is Priya. Priya wanted to know what was the teacher-student relationship those days.
Absolutely. So if you could just brief me about how was your relationship with all the students earlier back those days. So because we don't generally feel that connection now, or rather we don't remember also teachers' names, few of them, but you are being treated with your own student and you got back to connection and we're doing all this. So could you just brief me about back those days?
See, actually, we used to have some distance between teachers and students in those days. But love and affection was there. We used to see that every child should learn something. That was there. And there was respect for teachers from the student side also. We have the same concern whether they are learning that and this. So because of that, sometimes we used to be some harsh, especially myself, used to be harsh. Of course, sir was a good doctor, Dharmapal was good student, so okay. Otherwise, I used to even beat the children over there. But nowadays, even I used to find that the child who was taken some punishment from me. They say clearly, sir, in those days you would have not punished me, I would have been in a crossroad. So because of that, I came to the stream. They say like that. Now that is not the atmosphere now.
What I would feel is as a student, those days were good. Those days were good definitely, because you will definitely have that respectful distance between your teacher and yourself as a student. And it will be, you should have some kind of fear or some kind of driving force for you to learn. At the same time, teachers were friendly too, not always fearsome, they were friendly too, very much friendly too. Each and every teacher is different. See, beating you take, if you don't perform well, if you are doing mistake only, they are going to punish you. Otherwise, generally they don't punish you. Correct. To bring that, the main objective of punishing you is to bring that discipline and then bring you back to the mainstream, as sir is telling. Mainstream, that's the only objective.
Okay. So
all of a sudden we never used to beat or punish.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there are different ways like that. We used to call
Sir will never punish. Actually, his prayer is enough for us to get.
It based on situation. If the kids are notorious, we have to punish them.
First of all, we have to counsel them.
Yes.
So that is not the way that you do that and this. But they don't care at all.
So how about
parents used to come over there.
Exactly, yes.
Parents used to come over there and they used to tell.
But these days parents are not like that. So I mean earlier parents, if you punish kids, so parents used to come and tell you something, never. But these days parents are not like that. So ma'am, how about you? Like how you used to be with your students?
I was very kind to them.
Okay.
I used to love them very much.
Okay.
Because they were everything for me.
So what if some student was very notorious, not do homework?
I used to give punishment.
Okay. What kind of punishment you have given?
I used to beat them.
Oh.
The same way how you treat your children.
Right.
Nothing different.
Very rare. See, that is very rare.
Very rare.
ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ದಂಡಂ ದಶಗುಣಂ ಭವೇತ್ ಅಂತ.
Correct. So now, so after all this, punishments, being sweet and everything, do you see your students coming back and do you remember laughing at all those moments? Like, have any students reached out to you, like, apart from
me, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, or sir, you usually, when you reached out for the surgery with sir, so have you discussed about your old stories, how you guys were in school days?
No.
There was no time actually. At the time that will see when a doctor teacher for as a patient you walked in with his problem. At that time his problem is most important. Although also when you see there are so many patients waiting behind, he will never have time to. He will never think of all those things.
Right. So, sir, then when you saw first time, Dr. Dharmapal sir, so how did you feel that, like what kind of proud moment did you feel about him?
But I feel proud of him.
Mm.
So you remember him how he
Yes,
was when he was a
yes.
kid?
First time.
And do you remember how what features he had, what habits he had, how he was in the class?
He was very silent in the class.
Oh really? Okay.
Yes, very silent.
I see him talkative now.
No.
So how did you change all of a sudden? Like what made you change?
Situation demands evolution.
Okay. Is it because of the patients?
Actually,
Obviously yes, because after I finished my post graduation, I was not talking much.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I had to get exposed to many patients, that became my habit. Without me knowing what I am doing, it came into my manners
Right.
pattern. It came like that. It just came like that.
Just with the experience.
Just
so
with
you were
the
saying
when,
something.
when I came first time meeting, I couldn't actually recognize because about 30, 40 years old, you see.
Yes.
I couldn't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
But I was knowing he was my student that and this. And I asked him, do you remember me? I asked the first question. Then he said, how can I forget your physics, sir? You taught me physics, sir. Like that was the first conversation.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. So, do you have anything, to share about him on a personal note about Dr. Dharmapal sir? So,
Madam knows actually more.
like how have you seen him evolve? Like how he was? I know he was very
Great
silent.
evolution, I can say.
Yeah.
Compared to his school days.
So, have you ever thought that he will reach to this stage?
No,
He will
I never
become a
thought.
doctor
I never
and
thought.
treat you. So, have you?
That's a very good question.
Mm.
Usually, in those high school stages, we couldn't say whether they will come to that stage, this stage, that and this. We couldn't in those days.
Mm-hmm.
Even now also. See, because after SSLC only, that position they will, when you come
Right.
to that position, then the changes will be there.
Correct.
See,
But the basics will be there in the SSLC level only.
Mm-hmm.
But the development we can find only after SSLC.
Mm-hmm. Right.
see,
Right.
what I feel is every student will have an attitude, how to develop. But there should be some challenging moment. My challenging moment was, let me be honest. See, when I, can you guess what is my percentage in 10th standard?
I mean, like,
In
assuming
marks?
maybe 85 above, 90 above.
No. You are overestimating me. I got 67.5%
Oh,
in 10th
okay.
standard. Because reason is very very simple. Number one, my pattern of study was different during those days. My father used to tell me, I never knew how to study. I knew how to do hard work. I never knew how to study.
Mm-hmm.
I was forced to do by heart. But by heart, with the by heart until 7th standard, I used to get first rank. 8th onwards, subject changes. Okay, and then your subject volume also increases.
Right.
With that, I was not able to do by heart. And during that time, we had several issues. Several issues, and during that time, we had Mandal Commission problem during my 10th standard and Kaveri problem. Everything happened during the same time. And then we did not have school also. And 3 months back, we did not have school in 1990. 3 months. So because of that, my education took a backseat. And also during that time, my father, he was actually posted in Lucknow for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And no guardian at home.
Okay.
Correct. And we used to run family. My mother and we 2 sons. And then obviously your responsibility changes because father is not at home. School teachers are not there for our guidance, and then it is not like nowadays that you have phone and then you can call teacher and no online teaching, nothing. 3 months we did not have school. 3 months.
Okay.
It was just like a lockdown during that time, emergency during that time. And because of that, I could not study. And then my father, my parents, they were expecting, my son will get rank. They were seeing paper. And I was staring, how will I tell my parents I did not do well? Then they got to know that I got 67.5%. They felt bad. But I was very much determined in my mind, whenever I go, my father's dream was I should become a doctor. With 67.5%, I went to first PUC, second PUC, first PU to get admissions. MES college was close to us, so I went to MES college. MES college, they said, with this marks,
Cut off, not possible.
no, you should not come till the gate.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Then, okay, I felt it is an insult, huge insult. I take things personally sometimes. And then we went to Sesharipuram. Sesharipuram cut off was 80%.
Okay.
One of my classmates, he got it. I did not get it. I really felt bad. Then I did not have any other choice. Then in which one? PUC. Bangalore Majestic. We have SJRC college.
Yeah.
SJRC college. Not to complain, that was the only college.
Anandra Circle.
That was the only college who gave me seat. When I took seat, I decided on the day. If I pass out of this college, I should be the topper. It happened. First PU, I was the topper of the college. Second PU, I was the topper of the college.
So what strategy did you actually come up with or change it? Because earlier
Because I knew the mistake what I did during this 8th, 9th, 10th. These were my transition years. My pattern of study was not correct. I was not understanding the subject. I was by hearting because that's how I was fed. This is how you should do it.
Right.
During my 11th and 12th, I studied in a different way. I got good marks. Then obviously then history is there. I took CET and then I got into prestigious Bangalore Medical College purely because of merit. I did my MBBS and then after MBBS I somehow got interested in orthopedics and again I did my post-graduation again Government Medical College purely because of my merit and then things happened like that and I even did a foreign fellowship in Switzerland again purely because of my marks and merit.
So you got a hack of it.
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. So basically this is for parents who always judge. So in 10th standard if somebody will get a less marks. So don't judge the book by its cover.
Right.
But the thing is, in those days, SSLC result was less than 50%.
That is also there.
Sometimes 34%, 40% result, state result.
Oh.
Now it is 80 plus, like that.
Yeah.
Getting almost full marks is quite easy nowadays.
No, rank full marks never. No one used to get full marks.
Full marks. It was tougher actually. Education was much tougher back then. I mean, yeah, people who would have done degree also, it's a great achievement back then. But now it's like...
They are giving 85%, 90% result. In the CBSE, 98% like that. 60% and above is a very, very good marks. It is not low marks.
Right.
Concept formation should be there. See, when we teach some subject, concept level we have to teach.
Right.
So they have to grasp in that level. Concept level they have to grasp. Suppose we teach Newton's laws, that and this. Just by hearting, of course, at that stage, that by hearting is required. Then they go to PU level, then they get some concepts. See what is first law says. Now, Newton's third law, everyone remembers. Action equals.
So that's what, sir, like...
See, that is used in rocket now.
Yes, right.
All the three laws are used in rocket now. See, when they go to the higher level, they get more concepts. If they cannot get concept in the SSLC level, they used to tell them by heart.
Right.
Only laws, not everything.
Exactly.
Not question and answers. Only the laws, statements, this one, formulas, we used to tell them by heart. That was a best method. It's not by hearting question and answers.
Right.
Not question and answers. The laws, formulae, that principles, they have to by heart. So when they come to the higher level, they will develop the concept of that
Right.
in that way.
So, how do you feel like earlier method education was better, or now how it is going?
See,
How,
in the society, changes is a must.
yeah.
We cannot say this is better, that is better, that and this.
Mhm.
So as the time passes, so earlier the this was syllabus was less, depth was there, little depth. Now it is vast.
Right.
That is depth is not there. Just you want some question on the answer, question some answer. That's all.
Only if you know theory,
Yes, and
you
knowledge
you
and
can
knowledge
do
is
practical.
important.
So both are important. Both are important. And then in case, see, each and every student learning is different. See, for a person like me, getting a practical exposure first will help me in understanding better theory. For a person who is different, first theory is okay for them, then they can easily do a practical. So to get that particular concept or to grasp that particular subject, it matters. First, actually, you will get a practical exposure, and if you like it, then you would like to go and study in theory.